Hello! How's everyone doing? I hope you were doing fine. I got sick a few weeks ago and I couldn't make the English version of this video, so I'm deeply sorry. So as you can notice, I got a new look and I was looking for a PlayStation 1 game to talk about. But my collection looks like a blockbuster catalog. Like I have a bunch of movies, one licensed game after another. Hey! You know, I'll be lying to myself if I underrate these games based on shows and movies compared to the console's exclusive titles. For instance, Chip Rider was an excellent puzzle game on its own. Toy Story 2 was the closest thing to Mario 64 on PlayStation 1, and I'm not sure who this Colin McRae guy is, but it's unnatural for a game on this console to have those kind of physics. Es cosa del diablo. But these Harry Potter games... Where do I even start with these games? And what could I say that hasn't already been said about them? Alright, first of all, let's put aside the superficial details. Just like Hogwarts Legacy, this game was released on all consoles of its time. Although all versions have different levels of quality, I'll only talk about the PlayStation 1 version. Because, well, it's a very special case for me, and I haven't played the other versions. The gameplay in general is a platform adventure game filled with collectibles, where the main character automatically jumps across platforms and the rewards for collecting everything don't really justify finding each one. Other than that, there's nothing about this product that makes it stand out compared to other licensed games. It's a mediocre product based on an iconic movie. At least at first glance. You see, I wanted to make this video because I feel that it doesn't get the credit it deserves. There are a lot of positive aspects to it, and I don't think it deserves much of the negative criticism it receives. As we progress, we'll notice a lot of details in the game. Even though it was published to promote the movie, many ideas in these games also come from the book, making it feel distinct enough and worth playing even if you've recently watched the movies. For example, Peeps, a stupid ghost who only appears in the book, is a recurring antagonist in this game series. There are also several sections and tasks that Harry must complete that are only mentioned in the book, like a Quidditch match against Hufflepuff that doesn't appear in the movie. Did you know you can't lose in these matches? Well, technically you can lose, but it's harder than completing the level. There's also this room where Harry has to drink the right potion to pass through some flames. I don't think that minigame is in the book. On the other hand, the game's pacing is pretty fast. There's always something to do, something to search for, or some minigame or puzzle that keeps the player entertained. I know all these aspects on their own don't end up redeeming the game, but at least for me, what makes this game special is the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the game is sublime. Yeah, the character models aged terribly from the moment the game hit the stores, but the environment, sound effects, colors and music make it so that even though Hogwarts looks like a Quake map, it feels warm, magical, and sometimes scary. And that last part is a huge win because the movie was also... These creative liberties are enhanced by the original soundtrack, which is different from the movies but works heavily in its favor, perfectly setting the tone for specific moments in the game. and when the game soundtrack isn't playing, you don't miss it, thanks to the ambient sounds. Providing that warm or sometimes scary atmosphere I mentioned. And this atmosphere is only interrupted by the loading screens. And oh boy, the loading screens. Just imagine sipping something warm, playing this on the PlayStation 1 with the lights off, in total silence, and the only thing lighting up the room is a screenshot from the game that feels familiar, but you are not entirely sure why. Because it's an empty map with no NPCs, enemies, or collectibles, making it look like a liminal space. When I was a child, it would give me the chills down my spine that quickly went away as I tried to figure out what I was seeing on the screen. Feel free to take a screenshot. Now, every time I notice these details, it fills me with nostalgia. Not only because I played the first game several times as a kid, but also because it takes full advantage of the console's limited resources, perfectly representing the beautiful and crunchy polygonal landscapes that the hardware of the time could deliver and which many indie games now try to capture. And I love that. Harry Potter for PlayStation 1 may not be on par with the other licensed games, much less the best way to explore the world of Hogwarts. But I think it's a great game for an audience at least somewhat familiar with the movies, thanks to its short duration, atmosphere, and creative liberties to have fun with. And that's the most important thing, having fun. I highly recommend this game, especially playing it with friends. A friend of mine will rewind the game using an emulator, turning it into a YouTube poop, kinda like Joel Vinesauce did in one of his streams. You should check it out, that stream too. If you end up liking it, also play the second one. It's like an expansion of the first game. More of the same, twice as fast, twice the exploration, and twice the loading screens. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it or found this interesting. Leave a comment if you feel like trying out these games, or if you already played them, what did you think about them? And if you have a game that's also underrated because it's from an established franchise, comment about it. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I'd like to give a special thanks to Ian, who drew my avatar. I love it. And if you like it, you could visit his social pages and ask him for an illustration. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you very soon. Ciao!